So the Sunken Temple at Tiwanaku. Representations of heads. Some say this one looks alien, which it kind of does.
This one's pretty funny looking too.
So there's some that believe that these represent all the different cultures and ethnicities in the world, but they're so badly eroded that how could you tell? So the vertical stones are original megalithic, and then the Tiwanaku culture discovered this and they built the walls. Then in the 1920s they started to excavate the site because it was full of mud, and they took the mud out, took the walls apart, took the heads out, moved them into a warehouse, and then rebuilt it. So in the middle of this, we find the effigy of Viracocha, or Wiracocha, the manifestation of the creator god. One hand on his heart, one hand on his stomach. And on the side is the etching of a serpent. So a very similar pose actually to what you see in Polynesia. One hand on the heart, one hand on the stomach. Whether there's a connection, who knows? And here we've stumbled upon Mr. Jimmy Church. What are your impressions of Tiwanaku?
My impressions of that pillar reminds me a little bit of Gobekli Tepe and the T-pillars in the hands. In the same position. Now, there's probably no connection, except for maybe in our DNA and the way that we represent ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it. Now, overall, here, this is what I'm wondering about, and I'm going to ask you about this, is the connection between Tiwanaku and Pumapunku, because there's an artificial line in the sand, right, that has been drawn between the two sites. I think they're one and the same.
Huh, yeah. Both built at the same time.
You can see it. You can see it everywhere.
One much bigger than the other.
Now, if these are cultures from around the world, that would suggest transoceanic contact, visitors here, and these are photographs. And these are what everybody saw, and they wanted to save it for us. This is like a library. What do you think?
I honestly don't think they represent all the different ethnicities, because they're very eroded, but they're also very crudely done.
Could they have been defaced?
I don't think so.
Well, you and I have seen that evidence of that all over the world, right?
Sure.
Defacing of and trying to erase history. That's a lot of erosion. That would make this tens of thousands of years old.
No, 2,000.
So could it erode that quickly?
Well, with sun and wind and rain.
Possible.
Yeah. Also, I used to be a sculptor, so I know what good art looks like, and this is primitive, but nice. This is the best they could do.
It's a lot of variety.
Yeah.
No, okay, so
Well, some look like they have turbans on their heads.
okay,
And there are no native cultures except the Paracas
follow me.
who wore turbans.
Follow me. Let's walk right over here.
To the alien?
Is that what you see?
Yeah, I see an alien.
You do?
Yeah.
It's alien-ish.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or even alien-esque.
Alien-esque is another good way to put it. It definitely doesn't look human. And Brian, I would say that you're not going to make a mistake when you're making a carving like this. You are trying to depict exactly what you were seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's what they were seeing, almond-shaped eyes, very strange nose, the mouth in the wrong place, an almond-shaped head, that's not human. So alien is a good way to go, which would suggest contact here.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's look at this other alien face. Can we walk over here?
Yes, we can.
The thing about this is it stands out. It completely stands out.
Well, they're both whitish gray.
They're different colors
Yeah.
than everything else that is in here.
Yeah.
And you can look at every other face. That's a nice smiley face, and that is a nice stern face. But these are human.
Yeah, wearing
That is-
turbans.
Right, wearing turbans.
Yeah, this is
Right.
not wearing turban.
And again, I would say that those are almond-shaped eyes. Certainly the one on the left is almond, but with the erosion, you can't tell what's happening on the right, but I'm assuming they would be the same. Mouth seems strange, and that pear-shaped, almond-shaped, inverted head with a large skull.
Right.
It's the opposite of everything else that's depicted in
No,
here.
it's true.